Hi everyone, and welcome to another bass singer reaction. For me, it feels like I've been away for a while because I had gotten about a month ahead of time to have videos up through last week, which was Marwan's cover of Spooky Scary Skeletons. This I'm actually recording on Thursday, what's the date? October 14th, and I need to have it up to the patrons in 2 days, and then to all the rest of you next Monday. So I've been away for a while. I was performing a role up in Connecticut with Salt Marsh Opera. It was a fantastic experience. I'm sure some of you have seen pictures and things I've shared from that. But now it's time to get back to the Halloween reactions. We have Hoist the Colors coming up or today, as you'll see it posted, and then next Monday you will see Oogie Boogie Man, also by VoicePlay. They've got some great Halloween stuff. I'm doing Hoist the Colors. You know, I did that post where I requested stuff, and I did Hoist the Colors because the amount of requests for this one just dunked on everything that had happened before. So I kind of switched that up on you guys. So we're doing Hoist the Colors. I'm going to also try to do their Halo they just released, and if I can, I will also get around to Jeff's Monster Mash, but no promises. One other thing, usually I change my shirts, but this is a Charles Vane shirt, who was not only a notorious pirate back in the 1700s, kind of golden age of piracy, but was also a great character on a show called Black Sails. Fantastic show about pirates. I've seen it twice now. Highly recommend. Charles Vane. So we're rocking the pirate shirt for this pirate-themed song. Listen, you guys know how amazing this one is. I say we just go ahead and dive straight in. Please like and subscribe, and if you really like what I'm doing, please consider donating to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Got the Pit Vipers ready just in case. Got my little keyboard. Let's do this thing.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her bones. The seas be ours, and by the powers where we will roam.
Oh, all right. Nice. So I love how they start this. Very minimal, very ghost ship-like, which of course is supported by their costuming and the skeletons and the candles, and they even have a backdrop which makes them look like they're on an actual pirate ship, a wrecked pirate ship, which is fitting. This is good. I actually think it's great to start this off with high voice like the original. It's much more eerie. There's the bass voice is, of course, intimidating and scary, like when Jeff sings his low stuff, especially when he colors it like the Thurl Ravenscroft way. It has that intimidation, that kind of like big scary monster. This is like that eerie thing, which is so much better for a ghost theme. You know, I did watch the premiere of Monster Mash, and Jeff has that. He's doing the big over darkened voice, and that's fitting for that. Whereas this, it really gives that scary, eerie sense. You know, something's coming out of the fog. We don't even know what it is. It could be ghosts. It could be zombies. It's the right vibe, and I also just want to highlight the bell tones that came in the beginning. We're in F minor here, and we're going to go back and listen to this intro again. And so the soloist will sing, and then the background will have these really cool bell tones, bum bum bum, higher octaves, of course, highlighting the harmonic structure of the piece. But this is a really great intro, and obviously they just slam down on Yo Ho in this next bit, and then we move forward. And again, I've said this a million times. It's my favorite word. They're setting up contrast with this super low key, creepy intro, and then it can only go up in terms of intensity. So let's go back. Let's run this whole thing back to the beginning. I know how much you guys love this one, so I am going to take all the liberties and all the time replaying, because I know you guys just can't get enough of this particular cover.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed
So just a quick interruption here. This is cool. I always love it when groups change up the original and make it their own. VoicePlay always does a great job with this. Whether I agree with the artistic choices or not, but I like that, right in the middle there, they just have this pause, lights change, and like a pirate grunt. It's great. It just adds a little variety and something unexpected.
Please be ours and by the powers where we'll roam. Yo ho, yo ho, hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we
Oh man, so much of that is so awesome. All right, some things to point out before we go back, because I got to go back and I got to rep these bad boys with that F1 subharmonic, I do believe. Yeah, sweet. But, normally it's yo ho right into it. They just did yo ho, and then they went into it. So it was another slight break, slight deviation from what you get in the original and what you get with every other cover of this song. I've never seen a cover delay the timing on the delivery of those words, of that text. So that's really cool. And then what Jeff's doing on this low end, which I really like, often I don't like too much sliding. Jeff does occasionally do too much sliding into notes than is my preference. This one, as he slides down into those low Cs, to me makes a lot of sense because, if you're hoisting, it's not like super jagged, like piano-like movements, if you're going to translate that kind of conceptually to music. It's a pull. You're grabbing the rope, you're pulling. It's a slide it's like a constant fluid motion. So if he's going yo ho like that makes more sense than yo ho. You see what I mean? Because it mimics. It's almost like text painting, even though yo ho doesn't really mean anything. It's just what's happening in terms of action is mimicked in Jeff's vocal line. So I think that a sliding down into those low Cs is a really good choice for Jeff. So let's just go back a few seconds. That covers most of what I wanted to say, but we got to rep the Pit Vipers for that F1 subharmonic.
Never shall we.
Bravo.
Now some men have died and some are alive, and others sail on the sea with keys to the cage and the devil to pay. We lay to fiddler's green.
What did Jeff do there? He did a really cool kind of chromatic bass line down. But anyway, aside from that, I love where this song is going. You can feel the momentum building. It's not like the tempo's speeding up, but there's just more of this kind of march, this kind of ghost-like pirate march for all eternity. You know what I mean? So that's going on. Also, Eli clearly getting ready to let some high stuff go. I'm guessing, obviously I've heard it, but I'm talking pitch-wise. I think it's probably going to be a lot of high Cs, the tenor high C and C5. Maybe full chest, maybe a kind of chest-dominant mix. I'm not sure how he sings those. High C is way up there. But anyway, Eli is gonna take over this leading tenor one on this ghost ship. The first mate of the tenor squad. Anyway, good. Let's back up 5 seconds and keep moving forward. Oh, that's right. I wanted to listen to this bass line Jeff does because it's super cool. And you know, this piece, it's a lot of that. So Jeff could really be doing that the whole time, but instead, he has this cool kind of chromatic bass line down. I will flag it when we get to it here in a few seconds.
We lay to fit.
And he ends up on a C2 down there. Let's do that one more time. That's super cool. That was really interesting harmonically. I don't know what happened there. Let's see. So we have Jeff's little solo line. This is good. Nothing crazy low, but, you know, very bassy as we love. I think just down to an F2. Right. And then we have this crazy harmonic change. I'm going to see if I can at least figure out what's happening in the bass line. Maybe that will inform the rest. Do. Okay, so we have so we're in F minor, and then Jeff goes to an A, which would be the major 3 of F minor, which would, because the 3 in A minor would normally be A flat. So Jeff, we go to a major 3. Again, these theory breakdowns I know some of you guys are cool with me taking that long, but I have to try and please as many of the audience as I can, so I'm not going to do the full music theory breakdown, but that is in itself interesting to go to an A natural in the bass line when you're in F minor. Let it be known. Let's hear that harmonic craziness.
Has been raised from its watery grave. Can't you hear its sepulchral tone? We are a call. Pay heed to the squall and turn your sails toward home.
I really like that. I really like that. Jeff is doing a lot of cool bass movement, which, again, you don't get in any version I've heard, but it keeps it interesting. Lane has added, of course, a ton of perk that wouldn't have been in the original score or anything like that, to keep things fresh. And then we've got... the three tenors are all rocking on the background. Eli, predominantly, is letting those big, high belts fly. Cool. Yeah, let's keep moving forward. Let me go back just a few seconds and see if there's anything else to catch here. Oh yeah. Just a cool sometimes what you can do is if you lead a bass line in the right way, you don't necessarily have to stay on the proper chord. If your ear can tell where something's going, it feels pretty satisfied. That's a lot of times how dissonance works out, is that there is a crunch in the sound, there is some clash, but if your ear knows and trusts where it's going to end up, you feel kind of more settled. So that you can do that with a bass line like Jeff's doing here, where he's leading down and we know it's getting back to F minor. So we can trust that movement happening in the bass. before they go on. Yes, confirm that is Eli hitting C5s, tenor high C. And it sounds like chess to me. It sounds like he's really letting those rip up there. So props to Eli, sounding fantastic on what is a very high note in the tenor voice when singing in chest. Fantastic. I wanted to let that play out. I feel like we had a lot of momentum. I didn't want to disrupt that from happening. So this whole section is all these singers are getting their own little mini solos. They're riffing around on the text, varying the text, yo-ho, hoist the colors, thieves and beggars, all the kind of buzzwords in this song that are so vital to the core of this piece. They're kind of just trading, you know, Jose will have a line, and then Eli will take a line, and then Jeff has a cool moving bass line, and they're just kind of weaving in and out, all the while the other singers are kind of repeating a lot of this yo-ho, keeping the drive going. A vocal thing I'd like to highlight is Jeff going from F2 to F4, a 2-octave jump. In one fell swoop, which is a very difficult thing to do vocally. And he did it, of course, with grace. And then we get a huge, thick F1 sub to finish. So let's just play. Let me see if I can find that F2 to F4 jump. F2, not crazy low. F4, not crazy high, but that's not what it's about. It's the fact of navigating such a giant interval without any steps in between. Very difficult thing to do. Let's see if we can find this. I hope it's not too far back. Maybe the last 30 seconds or so. I missed it. Hold on. That's pretty epic. So he goes from like, you know, comfy bass range up into like, I mean, that's a pretty high belt for a bass voice. F4 for real. That's tough, and it's tough to do, and it's tough to not strain to get there. I mean, it requires some training. It requires some skill. It's a bit like threading a needle to make that jump. So bravo to Jeff on that. And let's just get this ending one last time before we sign off and call it a day for this reaction. So also there, right where I went back to, huge sustained high C from Eli again. I mean, he's just hammering those high Cs, which is really fantastic. And I think Jeff says never shall or never die, and then sustains that forever. So that's it, guys. That is Hoist the Colors acapella voice play featuring Jose Rosario Jr. And what a fantastic cover it is. I had disputes with this early on. I remember talking in the Discord group. I thought some of their choices came away from the kind of core of the piece in terms of being this ghost-like anthem, this like ghost pirate anthem. But upon listening more, I think they did a fantastic job. And once again, what I like so much is when a group makes something their own and commits to it and does it well. And this is another great example from VoicePlay of that. It's a creative arrangement. There's a lot of very impressive things vocally. There are a lot of new additions that we don't get anything like in the original. I mean, to the point of totally new chords. I talked early on about them changing the timing of the delivery of words. They're really checking all the boxes and what it means to be a creative group. And not only that, but we get a great music video from it. We get great costuming, lighting, atmosphere. It's a wonderful job to VoicePlay once again. So guys, I will see you next week, maybe sooner, but at the very least, I'll see you next Monday for this sensational group again doing Oogie Boogie Man, the #1 requested song for me to analyze. So be sure to check that out. If you want to see any of this stuff early, consider donating to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Link is in the description below. Other than that, please like and subscribe and comment, share your thoughts, and I will see you guys next time for the 3rd Halloween reaction. Bye-bye.